call upon Dr. G.A. Ramaraju for delivering his lecture on Mullerian anomalies, still a mystery, and ultrasound a key to diagnosis. He is the director, Krishna IVF Clinic, and visiting professor, Department of Obstetrics, Justus Liebig, University of Gießen, Germany. His key skills lie in ultrasound, oncology, operative laparoscopy, IVF ICSI, TISA ICSI, assisted hatching, PGD, FISH. And he is trained in obstetrics, gynecology, endoscopy, assisted reproduction and genetics, and has given 40 professional talks in FOGSI and delivered many lectures on even non-professional themes like medical reporting, women health and human rights, and has received many awards on the national and international levels, and one of them being Outstanding Scientist of the 21st Century 2005, issued by the International Biographical Centre, Cambridge, England. And he has participated in many conferences at the national and international levels, and one of them being vitrification of embryos from research to clinical application in 2011. You can visit the website informedscientist.org. And he was a panelist on the International Congress on Infertility on the topic Adhesions and Infertility at Mumbai 2003, and is a peer review to many journals, Human Reproduction, Fertility, Sterility, RBM Online, and is an advisory board member to Organon, GE Ultrasound, KGH from 2004 to 2009, and Asia Pacific Advisory Board on LH 2009 to 2011, and Chairman, Indian Advisory Board on LH, and is a member of the Postgraduate Board of Studies in Medicine and Allied Subjects at SRMC Chennai. He has a vast professional experience and has given many scientific publications with 123 citations. And we all know about meiotic spindle and zona pellucida characteristics as predictors of embryonic development using pulsoscope imaging, and with his vitrification paper. And recently, non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus, effects on sperm morphological and functional characteristics, nuclear DNA integrity, and outcome of assisted reproductive technique is accepted for publication in Andrologia, and many achievements. Dr. Ramaraju, please come on to stage.
On behalf of Krishna IVF and my team, I would like to say thanks for all the people who have come to share some of our journeys and the knowledge sharing. When we thought of this workshop, we felt it should be a core activity which is focused in a particular area of medicine, where at the end of the session, there are 5 or 6 carry-home points which can be easily incorporated in every practice. And that's the beginning where we felt looking at various dimensions of an organ, which will help us to have a horizontal view of what is happening in different areas of medicine in relation to uterus. Before I start my lecture, I would like to thank Dr. Kurian Joseph, my mentor, Dr. Umaram, and Dr. Geeta, who is supposed to join us later, for accepting our invitation and coming to help us in this endeavor. We decided the topic should be in 2 ways. Each topic has a clinical and a practical aspect. All of them are evolving areas. In some, earlier there was a controversy. In the last few years, a clarity is coming in those areas, and that's why we have chosen these topics. I'll be speaking basically about the Mullerian anomalies. In the initial years, it was the HSG, then the laparoscopy, then the MRI, and now the 3D ultrasound in picking up uterine anomalies. In the mid-90s, it was basically a HSG which used to diagnose a bicornate or a septate uterus. Till then, we never realized that the patient had that problem. And after the initial years of the 2D ultrasound, a little more clarity has come, And with the advent of MRI and the concept of the endomyometrial zone, the pickup rate of these anomalies have increased. With the combination of experiences of the HSC ultrasound MRI, when 3D ultrasound has come in, it has made the process of identifying uterine anomalies a very simple process with a very few false negative things and a good pickup rate. The purpose of this lecture is as follows. Recognize the common anomalies, categorize them as per the ASRM classification, understanding what it means in our daily practice of a particular anomaly, and fourth is in the 5 or 6 options of imaging, which is the best and what can be used in one given situation depends on where exactly you're working in and what are the facilities that are available. The concept of ultrasound has moved in the last half a decade, in which the strengths of CT and an MRI, where they were able to visualize the uterus or any organ in any plane. With the advent of real-time 3D, the same thing has evolved in three-dimensional ultrasound, and then because of these experiences of sections and a fixed point imaging, the 3D has evolved into a good diagnostic tool, but it's not the primary tool. It can be used when you have a certain amount of doubt, and I wouldn't suggest it for every patient a 3D ultrasound. I would suggest it for somebody who has a recurrent pregnancy loss, where you are thinking about a hysteroscopy. A 3D ultrasound is much more simpler, less invasive, and the documentation is there, and a second opinion can be also taken as with the volume that is acquired with the 3D. The initial years of doubt about the type of classification has evolved because of the evolution of the embryology that is happening in recent years. In the initial years, it was thought about migration and failure of migration. Now it is thought as complete absence of joining together, or a failure of a fusion, or a failure of a resorption, or in few situations a combination of the all other things. And the common things which all of us miss or don't realize the potential completely is when it comes to septate uterus and in the area of arcade uterus. What is normal and abnormal in one place may not be normal in another situation with the same problem. There is a plane called a transverse plane, a sagittal plane, and a coronal view has come. This is called VCI plane, which is basically a reconstructed image in 3D dimensions. You can also have this in a 4D, where the data is acquired real time. For many years, we are happy looking at a 3-line sign, and the other things are normal. Now we look into the junctional zone, whether the junctional zone is normal or not. And second thing is whether the width of the uterus is normal or not, so that you try to look at the images further to clarify or finalize the diagnosis.